Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarthak Best. So, in today's video lecture, I'm going to explain you about one of my topics, which is relationship between different database and different collection inside the database. So, let's say we have a database. So, inside that there are different collections. So, what are the interrelation between those collections? So, let's get started. First of all, let me share my screen. Okay, so this is my question. Uh, I need to explain the schema relationship in MongoDB. So what is, first of all, let me explain you what is a schema relationship. What is the relationship between the database? So as we all know, relationship between but first we all know that relationship in database how one collection, because in database there are different types of collections. So uh, relationship between those collections, that is called the relationship between how they are each other connected to with each other. That is called the relationship between the inside within a database. It can be of multiple types: one on one, one to many to one, many to many. There are different forms of these relationships. So we will be looking better with these relationships in the moving ahead. So first of all, I have explained the relationship. Why do we need a relationship between collection and MongoDB? So MongoDB is a schema less because MongoDB is basically holding all the collections in the data as a form of data in the form of collections. So we often need, whenever we working in a big project, so we need to, in our different schema we'll need a user data, let's say. So how do we take the user data? That's a completely different schema. Let's say user schema is made on this side in a different folder, and that holds a different types of fields. And there is a student, let's say, course schema contains different types of field, like course name, course how long the course, expiry date, and all that, and what are the features of the course. So there are complete two different schemas. So how do we interrelate with these? How do we extract the information of the user within that course? That is where we need relationship. So there are multiple types of relationship. First of all, one-on-one, like example, user and profile. Single user can have a single profile. Not a single user can have multiple profiles. It can, depending on the different apps. But in a single application, a user will have a single profile. So that is called one-on-one application connection. I will demonstrate with the help of code. So first of all, let me explain this. One to many. One to many means when a single user, one, which is one, and he can she can have relationship with many others collections. Or we can say that in the real life example, let's say here author and books, his example is written. So one author can have multiple books, can access to multiple books, but that is called one to many relationship. Or we can say that one teacher is teaching multiple students in a class. One single company is holding multiple employees. So that is one on the relationship. Okay, so many to many relationship, student and courses. Many to many means many users will have multiple collections with many things, like students. One student can have multiple courses, and one course can also contain multiple students also. Okay, so one student can have multiple courses, as well as one course can also have multiple students. But it's not the case in like one to many. Like one book, one author can have multiple books, but one book can also have multiple authors. But in the example I'm saying, for the sake of simplicity, that's why I've explained this. Okay, so that are the different types of relationship. I hope you understand. Now let's start. uh, Let me go to my VS Code so that we can understand by the help of code. Okay, so in the previous video, I have created a new uh, file with this backend. I have not done anything in this. So let me create a model here, which is mm, user model, I would say. User models. Okay, so let me first import mongoose from mm, so require mongoose. So initially, I'm going to explain you about one-on-one relationship, how one user can have one relationship between two schemas. Let's say one schema is I'm creating const user schema. Okay. So what is new? Mongoose dot scheme. It is not auto-correcting. Dot schema. Okay. So user can have name that should be string. Okay. User can have email ID that should be also string. I'm not validating it like in complex because that would take a lot of time and I would have to cover within 10 minutes. So user can have a profile also. Not using that much validations, but profile is of type, let's say string. Dot say we hold in this profile right now. So I will creating a different schema right now. We are creating a one-on-one relationship. This is one-to-one relationship. So user schema is done. Now profile schema. Profile schema. It's to new mongoose dot schema. Now profile, whatever the user can hold. Profile will be like let's say age, that should be of number. Let's say bio, that should be of a string, whatever the about the user, about section, and the user here. Now we want to access the user. So there is a keyword, specific keyword. I want to put it like that. Type mongoose dot mongoose dot schema dot types dot object ID. Okay, it will take a reference from my this user schema. So I will take I have not created my model yet. So first of all, let me create my model. So const user model is equal to mongoose dot model. So let me create a collection name user. It will follow the schema of user schema. User schema. Similarly, we'll be creating a profile model. Let's say profile model. It will create a profile collection that will follow profile schema. Done. Okay, now we'll be take the here in the profile schema from where it is taking the reference. We can add a reference, right? So it will taking the reference from uh, user schema. But this user collection I have created just now here. Okay. Similarly, we can add collection like this connection here also, like in the profile. But the user should have a profile, and that will be of again writing that mongoose dot schema dot types of object ID. I'm accessing that particular feature with this object ID. Okay, object ID, and it will be taking the reference from this profile schema, whatever this profile schema collection profile, which is this I've created here while making this model. So this basically this section, which is type referencing, basically in this question also I have given how to show the relationship using these references. So right now I am doing with the help of these references. This is referencing, and with the help of this I can access user inside this profile schema by whatever the I'll be this model is basically handling with the database, dealing with the database. In this there it will dealing with the profile section. So I hope you understand that. So now I think this is done. Show the demonstration between relationship between reference and embedded documents. Embedded documents is pretty like same. Like similarly, I have done this. I have here doing the referencing type. So we can create it like that. Let's say cut it. I'm not creating a profile section right here now. Embedding is like creating another schema and using that schema within that your original schema. Let's say I will show you profile. I'm making this empty right now, and let's use schema will be this. So I'm creating another schema, which is profile. Similarly to that, I'm not using the reference here, but yeah, for the sake of this, file schema, new mongoose.schema. So within this profile schema, I will be writing the same documents, fields like age of type number and bio as well, string. Okay. Now I'm using this profile schema all apart. Within this profile, my original schema, which is my user schema, inside this. So I'll be using that. So how can I use this profile schema like that? This is I'm embedding this uh, another schema into my original schema. This is called embedding. But when I've done what I've done before, I've done using this referencing. That is generally more preferred according to the current, according to the like simplicity also. So that is the thing that is more preferred. So I hope you understand. Now what is asking? Creating author and books. I have created this. So I hope you understand this schema relationship, and that's why we are doing such kind of things, because relationship is very important whenever you are working with a very big advance and very large amount of data. Because you can, let's say you have a like I have done here. I have used myself. I've created those two schemas, user schema and profile schema. So with the help of this profile schema, I want to access the details of the user. So that's why I've done this here. User type inside this profile schema, I have a user referencing to that particular user schema. So with the help of this, I can access the particular like data of that user within that profile schema also, and we can also do in the user schema as well. So I hope you understand that. That's why I hope you understand the difference between embedding and referencing, which I've done in my VS Code. So that's all. That's a very important part of our backend system, like, and also database relationship between different types of data. There are also other relationship, more many to many and one to many. Many to many requires junction schema. You have to create another schema. Let's say you have two schemas, user schema and core schema. You have to calculate a common, like you have to find the commonality, like similarity between these two, because these can two have the same features, like I've told before, many to many relationship. So for that maintaining, you have to create a junction schema which holds basically the common things between this user and this course. So that is like handled very advancedly. So that's all. I would like to end this session. I hope you understand. Thank you and have a nice day.